Good morning, my dear students. Today is 28th December 2017 and I am presenting you the newspaper analysis of The Hindu. The important aspects from the today's newspaper which are important for our consideration related to the examinations are that Manipur, Imphal, that will be the state in focus. We will also discuss about Mahadai river, that is the Mandovi river in the Goa, that will be in the focus. Nepal election, and after that we know that left alliance has formed the government in Nepal, and after that what is happening in Nepal. Japanese encephalitis, some of the new concepts are there. We are very much aware that on the Japanese encephalitis there is a class in magnasis.com and a focused class is there related to Japanese encephalitis. What are the outbreaks are there in the Baba Raghav Das hospital in Gorakhpur. Besides, in so many states it's there. There are the vaccination is also there. So please go on that class. You will have a deep insight of that. Triple talaq is always coming in the news, and there is a good debate is going on the triple talaq aspect. That the debate is not that the Supreme Court has told only by the 3-2 verdict that triple talaq is illegal. After that, a bill is coming. On the bill, it is there that the people who will tell triple talaq, it will be criminal as per the CRPC. They will be tried. It will be non-bailable offence, compoundable, cognizable offence. So from that aspect, triple talaq is important. National security strategy is coming more in the news. The USA is telling that India should emerge as a global power. From that aspect, John Rawls' philosophy, that is the veil of ignorance. In the veil of ignorance, that yes, there is a libertarian concept, liberty, freedom of life and liberty. That concept is coming from the John Rawls, and from here Amartya Sen has got deeply influenced. So some of the concepts has been discussed related to John Rawls. North Korea, the nuclear weapons coming in the news. The sanction is there against the North Korea. CPC and Afghanistan entry. In the CPC, China has told that Afghanistan is getting entry, and you know, my dear students, that in Iran, in the Chabar port, we are having one entry point from the Afghanistan. Anyhow, this is an important development in the geopolitics. South Africa will be in the focus in the today's news analysis. So these 10 aspects are there on which we will discuss little bit on each and every topics as per the requirement of our exam perspective. Coming to the page by page news analysis of The Hindu, that BJP Congress in stalemate. A stalemate is a condition when nobody knows in which way to move. These two have accused each other. Now the stalemate is there, and now they are finding that some solutions has to be done. Infiltration via line of actual control touches 4-year high. Home Ministry is telling that, my dear sirs, the infiltration had been there, but in the last year it has gone very high. So this is in front news. This news that Indian Science Congress will be held in March in Manipur and in the Imphal. Manipur is the state in the focus. My dear students, there are so many questions which can be asked from the northeastern states. It is always advisable that you should keep one state in focus on daily basis. Here we are having a Manipur map in at this place. Manipur map is there, and we are finding here that the Manipur, the Nagaland is on north to it. These are the different districts of Manipur. We are finding that yes, this is the Imphal. Imphal is the capital of Manipur, and there is a lake, Loktak Lake. It is there, no Loktak. The floating flotilla are there, floating lake are there. The Shangul deer, Shanghai deer is there. Hangul is at Jammu and Kashmir. Shanghai deer. So these all aspects, how many districts are there? These are the Manipur, the map of the Manipur. It is very important that you must draw the map of the northeastern states. It is required that you must see that you just see the Mizoram is this place, Tripura is on this side, Meghalaya, which is touching the boundary only with Assam and Bangladesh. So these are some of the aspects from where questions are coming. So Manipur state in focus, you must focus on what are the tribes are there. Now, what is the little bit history of Manipur? What are the flora? What are the fauna? Which are the rivers? Rivers, etc. All those things related to Manipur, so that any question coming from the Manipur you will be able to answer. On page 3, the street Ganga Sagar Mela at par with the Kumbh. Ganga Sagar, a great religious importance attached with the Ganga Sagar Mela. You must draw the map of West Bengal and you have to see that where Ganga Sagar is there and what are its significance, how the different deltas have been formed, how much far it is from the Sundarban, etc. These aspects are required to be understood. Now here the news in focus. This is the Mahadai River. River is the same which is known as the Mandovi River in Goa. In Goa, we are finding that Mandovi River is very important. In the news, it is being given that there is a dispute on this Mandovi River between the Karnataka and the resident of the Goa. Large-scale protest in the Hubli effigies of the PM. These all things are there. So we must know the geographical location of the Mahadai River, that is the Mandovi River of the Goa. Here in the map, you are finding that this is the Mahadai River of the Karnataka, and Mandovi River, it goes up to this place, Old Goa, and this place, it goes up to Panje. And there is a Juari River is also in the Goa. So these all are the important. These two rivers of the Goa, these are flowing towards the west on the western Ghats. These are important from your exam point of view. Here are the photograph of the rhinos, and we know that it must be Kaziranga or Manas National Park. So these are the important Kaziranga and Manas. Please do make the revision of the Kaziranga and Manas. Kaziranga is the only biosphere reserve or forest where all the projects are there. Project Elephant, Project Rhino, Project Tiger. These all are concurrently running there. On page 8, the editorial as well as the leading articles, these are important, you know very well. The first editorial that India and Pakistan must step back from the accusation exchange over the Jadhav reunion. Not so important, but yes, I have also discussed on this aspect yesterday in the news also. Post-poll Chalphal in Nepal. Chalphal means what are the post-developments are there in the Nepal. We are finding that left alliance have formed the government. And definitely the Oli will be the Prime Minister, and we are knowing the pro-China stance of the Oli in the previous regime in 2015-16 it was there. So from that perspective, if you study this news, you will have a good insight of this news analysis also. Regarding the diagnostic lens that is related to the Japanese encephalitis, here the author is talking that as Japanese encephalitis, we know the virus, regarding which we are having a good account of the Japanese encephalitis in and out, the vaccination and all those things in our views on news in the science and technology sections. Just let me show it to you. Yes, we are finding that this is chapter 2, application of science and technology and health sector. We have discussed about Zika virus, polio eradication, stem cells, H1N1 virus, Japanese encephalitis, Supreme Court bans on the crackers. These we find that important from our exam point of view. Physical science, we are finding artificial intelligence, quantum computer, neural networking, etc. So we are finding that yes, Japanese encephalitis, the very deep analysis, a strong analysis, or the focused news has been there on the Japanese encephalitis itself. But in this news here we are finding that in the diagnostic lens, the author is talking that not only the virus, but there are some food related things also. And basically this type of encephalitis means the part of the meninge, part of the brain that gets swollen. It is not only due to the virus, it is due to those people who are having the very weak constitution. They are very weak in the look also, fragile also, immunity not so strongly developed. In that case, if they take particular type of the food also, the such type of encephalitis symptoms may develop. They are talking about the lychee in the Bihar. Here the author is talking about Bada Chukunda, and there are some anthraquinones materials are there which are causing the Japanese encephalitis. From that perspective, this is important. So just go through the news, you will finding that Japanese encephalitis. You also listen the news analysis from our website. This is important because questions may be asked from Japanese encephalitis, as there has been an outbreak of encephalitis in and around Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh, and so some part of the country also. Baba Raghav Das medical tragedy, it is known to every one of us. So from that perspective, this news seems important. Through the smog screen, the air pollution, it is a great topic for our civil services examination, in which we have discussed much more in detail. The author is talking about, yes, everybody is talking about a stubble burning by the farmers. But what other Delhiites can do, that nobody is discussing. There are every day, there are solid burning, waste solid burning are being discharged, and they are being burnt, and they are causing much more emission norms. They are more dangerous. But what they are doing for that? What about the vehicular pollution? What about the ozone at the ground level? What about the peroxyethyl nitrate? this PN, these all things, the carcinogenic materials, nobody talks about that. There should be much concentration on these parts. And stable burning, definitely it is important, but this is also very important. Very good piece of the article. My dear students, please go through it. You will find a good insight in that. This news that a very flawed law, means they are talking about the triple talaq, and the bill is there, it is coming in the parliament. Suppose the author is very nicely talking that in the triple talaq you make the husband who has given the talaq, something like that, to accountable, and he will be imprisoned. He will be sent behind jail because it is a cognizable offense, it is a non-bailable offense. Then who will give the alimony? First point. First point is that talaq could not be materialized because it is illegal. And as it is illegal and you are sending him jail, then who will, whether the talaq has not been materialized but is sent to jail only for telling the words, and after that who will give the alimony, who will give the meher money back to the wife, who will give the subsistence to the wife. So these aspects are very important. So the basic objective is what? Muslim women protection of rights on marriage bill 2017. Muslim women protection. So in that context, even IPC 498 takes care of so many things of the domestic violence. But what about this type of the thing? So the author is very rightly pointed out, yes, debate required to be done. Anyhow, it is the parliamentarians only. If they pass the bill, it will become act, and after act, it will be enforced, and then nothing can be done. National security strategy. National security strategy. Now India role is very important. We know very well. From that perspective, this is there. We have discussed this thing in our editorial column also. Because new combinations are coming. After that, there is the Quad. Now we are finding that in the CPEC there is has to be balanced. The different type of the BIMSTEC is there, the Quad is there, Afro-Asia Growth Corridor are there. From these all the aspects you are finding that Indian Ocean Rim countries, these all aspects you are finding India has to play very pivotal role. Net neutrality is an important topic usually for the main examination. We are always finding that this could be news. Please make a write-up on the net neutrality. Net neutrality means what? Basic objective is that no any website to be given precedence over the other website. The website itself has to compete with each other. The service provider will not give any preference to any websites. That is net neutrality. Like suppose somebody gives the preference of the magnusis.com because it pays more, then it will be injustice for the other websites. So from that perspective, primary goods, the concept of the John Rawls. John Rawls is a very important philosopher, and we study in GS paper 4 related to the John Rawls, and I am always telling that, my dear students, the concept of John Rawls, questions may be asked in our ethics and integrity paper as well as in the essay paper, where I have discussed about the veil of ignorance. Veil of ignorance is the basic principle of the libertarian approach, that suppose you are in the mother's womb and you have to choose at which place you have to get birth, then definitely will choose that place where all the primary goods are more, where you are getting the better education, better love and affection, good parenting, all those things. Nuclear weapons at a glance, it is in context of the North Korea can the conflict, and we see that the sanction is there. From that perspective, you require to draw the map of North Korea. We have to see that how much far it is from Japan, how much far it is from South Korea, how much far it is from the USA, which are the islands there, what are the location of the islands in and around there. These are the important from our civil services perspective this year. Again, I do advise that you go on the Wikipedia, see the John Rawls. John Rawls was an American moral and political philosopher in the liberal tradition, libertarian, I have told you, that 1921, died in 2002, influenced Amartya Sen, etc. This is there in the news. Now, this news that CPEC extension is not targeted at any other country. Afghanistan is willing to join. My dear students, Afghanistan is willing to join. You just see new geopolitical setup is coming. For India, Afghanistan is very important country, and it is the bone of contention, and because it is the hub center of the geopolitical in this region only, and China, India, USA, Pakistan, everywhere the attention is there. From that perspective, you see the CPEC again. This map though is not out per the scale, but you see the geographical expansion, that China. These all areas. I have told you about the Kra Canal study, I have told you about the Andaman Islands, then the Myanmar, Bangladesh, Hambantota at Sri Lanka, Maldives. Then we are finding that the Gadar port, then at the Djibouti. These all aspects, the string of pearls, this way this is going. China is growing influence in the Indian Ocean, but Indian Ocean is just a lake for India. So it's having a very strong geopolitical location. Considering the strong geopolitical locations, the USA is telling that there has to be emerging global order. From this perspective, the question has been asked this year also, and it will always be asked because this is the most important happening in and around India. Now we see that one more news at the last page, that isolated by language, the last man who speaks Toshiro. Toshiro is a language spoken in the Amazon basin, and the person who was speaking Toshiro died. From that perspective, question may be asked that which language is being spoken greatly, largely Chinese, then Spanish, then English, then Hindi, Arabic, Portuguese, Bengali, Russian. So these are the things. From sometimes the questions are being asked in a staff level examination or staff selection level. This is important. Amazon basin, you must have a map idea of the Amazon basin, that where is Colombia, Guyana, then Brazil, this is the Amazon basin main area, and Venezuela. So these aspects you should know about the life of the Amazon basins. For this reason, I am also giving some of the clue that you go on the YouTube, see some of the documentary of Amazon basin. It is important. This news that the cricket fever after apartheid, that there was a historic match between India and Sri Lanka, and this is that aspect the news is there. You, my dear students, you must know that South Africa, what is the location of South Africa, which are the important country. There are the Cape districts are there, Northern Cape, Eastern Cape, Southern Cape, Cape of Good Hope, Transvaal. Then there was the regions like, so many, all the important regions are there. So from the Pretoria is there. These all aspects you have to understand that what is the location of the South Africa. From the South Africa perspective, I am telling you in class 6, there is a special focus on the South Africa continent. Please go on that NCERT class 6, read about the South Africa. Some of the very important aspects are covered there. And you will find that with this type of the analysis, you will definitely have a very solid foundation for the general studies, because we are doing what? We are linking the news with your syllabus. That's the same thing. We are linking the news with international relations, linking the news with geography, linking the news with history. So from that perspective, this news analysis is very important. So my dear students, it's important that we should go back from this one, the South Africa in focus, then Amazon basin is there. The last, the person who is speaking the Toshiro language died. The Chinese is spoken the most. After the Spanish is there, then the English is there, then Hindi. After the Hindi, Arabic is there. China's pearl of string of pearls. This is important, that Afghanistan is going to come into the China-Pakistan economic corridor. We have discussed about the North Korea. The map analysis of North Korea is also important. John Rawls. The philosophy of John Rawls, we have seen about the national security strategy, triple talaq. These aspects we have seen the Japanese encephalitis, and this related to what are the other causes of the encephalitis. This one is the smog screen, that the air pollutions. Pakistan Chalpal, that is the post-development only government, how much India can bring the situation in its favor. Mahadai or Mandovi rivers. Then there the state in focus was this one, Manipur, the capital Imphal. So my dear students, these are the important news. So we have seen all these aspects, that Manipur, Mahadai river, Nepal election, Japanese encephalitis, triple talaq, national security strategy, John Rawls, North Korea, peace in Afghanistan, and South Africa in focus. On all these 10 aspects, I require a small write-up by you, some presentation in my class also. So be prepared for all those things. Thank you.